zone acting bag, and she has been doing her thing. Okay, it's not that I've been following, but I think I kind of saw it in the headlines sometime in the beginning of this month. She debuted this month and she was set to perform for 8 weeks. And so, of course, yesterday when Lying Lorosa came on the internet with a couple of tweets, people were like, what is going on? Now, first of all, before we even get into what allegedly transpired, people are just questioning what are the odds that Lauren Lorosa, the day that she would go and watch the show, is the day that Megan the Stallion would allegedly be hospitalized. People are just, questioning since Lauren has kind of been acting like the PR mouth for, Fraudulent Nation, what's really going on? But anyway, this is what Lying Lorosa had to say. She said, came to see Meg the Stallion on Broadway, and that was short lived. The few opening scenes I saw her in, she was great on stage with an exclamation mark. I was excited, but with a capital letter. It's the drama. It's the drama in the writing because I'm just thinking, imagine something tragic like that has happened. You're thinking about all this theatrics and all this drama in reporting. I'm sorry, it's not giving concern fan at all. For someone who came all the way to watch Megan perform and someone who loves Megan, where are you getting the strength for all these theatrics? The capital letters, the exclamation marks, the writing as if you're writing an essay. What's going on, Lauren? Anyway, she went further ahead and said, they just stopped Moulin Rouge mid show and apologized to the audience and said, stay inside and seated with quotes. I asked security if we're safe. They told us, again, open quotes. For now, we'll update you if anything changes. Close quotes. Lauren, how many times did I call you? I truly have to give her accolades for the drama because she's very good at that. I do feel like, yeah, she used to be a performer. Am I wrong? Yeah, I think she used to be. That explains everything because that's just so theatric. The way she's writing about the incident. It makes me wonder if indeed something as tragic as that happened. But anyway, she went further and said, Moulin Rouge on Broadway has removed Megan the Stallion for the night. No explanation as to why. Announcement just came on in the theater. They have removed Megan the Stallion from the show as Zidler for the rest of the night. Her part was replaced by a black male actor. I'll get this info because he's amazing. We are safe. Show is continuing on without Megan the Stallion. Lauren, Lauren, the we are safe part, is that necessary? Like, what is this? What's all this drama? What are you doing? Is this about you reporting about what allegedly might have happened to Megan or what? What's up with dramatizing everything? I just don't get it. But anyway, she went further. I think she then posted yet another tweet. She said, an update here from a spokesperson for Megan the Stallion. Of course, it wouldn't be Lauren LaRosa if a statement didn't start with, I reached out to woo woo team, I reached out to this person's team. This is what she does best. So, in quotes, during Tuesday night's production, Megan started feeling very ill and was promptly transported to a local hospital where her symptoms are currently being evaluated. We will share additional updates as more information becomes available. Okay, so finally, she has reached out to the team and she has all the answers. Now, I will say that I don't wish sickness on anyone really. May she recover fully. I mean, if it's such an emergency that she had to be dragged off stage, that surely should mean that it's something that we cannot even joke around with. Okay, don't get it twisted. I'm not laughing at the fact that she might, allegedly be sick, but it's just the drama surrounding how Lauren was reporting it. And given her history of acting like the PR when it comes to anything related to, the title swindler and his record label, given that Megan the Stallion is managed by them, of course, we will question certain things. But when it comes to the actual incident of her not being well, honestly, we send her prayers. We wish her a speedy recovery from whatever that is that she's going through. And furthermore, the friend and stylist Kelon, the one who's always inserting himself in issues that don't concern him, anytime Megan is mentioned, here he comes with his messy self to say something. In this moment, he thought it was necessary for him to announce on the internet that Megan is not well, and he said, "Everyone say a prayer for Megan. We are all at the hospital." And this is where I have questions because seemingly, he is tweeting in real time. Now, my question is, when your friend is going through something, where are you getting the energy to say, "Let me go grab my phone and put out a tweet and say that pray for my friend"? I don't know. I guess we deal with things like this differently, but I just find it rather odd. Picture yourself. Your friend has just been admitted into a hospital, and somewhere during whatever that's going on, you feel like I've got to take out my phone and say something to Twitter. Because, I mean, if you're asking for prayers from people, it surely should mean that that situation is serious. It's not just dehydration, because if it's dehydration, really, I don't think that you would be running to the internet asking for prayers. So for you to talk about prayers and stuff like that must mean that whatever that case is, it's life threatening. So now my question is, why? What's going on? There can only be two answers to this. Number one, whatever that happened is not that serious, is not life threatening, and that's the reason why you're coming through tweeting about it. Or if it is indeed life threatening, what type of a friend are you? What's that? Really? But anyway, these are the people that she likes to surround herself with. So I bet, they know exactly what's going on. But let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about this entire ordeal before we move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about that is still tied to this entire situation. So, as you all know, Tory Lanez had announced his album, and I did see somewhere where Suki was going to be featured in one of the songs, one of the videos, and, it was kind of doing its rounds, and his fans have been waiting expectantly, of course, for the album. However, now people are questioning that what are the odds that Tory's album is dropping this week, and all of a sudden someone is getting hospitalized, on Broadway? What's going on? And also, people are questioning the fact that Lauren LaRosa so happened to be there. Is that just a coincidence? Is this a strategy? Is this another sympathy campaign that is starting? And to be honest, in as much as I don't like people being too insensitive about things, real life things like sicknesses and even what allegedly happened to her. I mean, about the Tory Lane situation. If you've been following me for a long time, you know that that's a topic that I've always, from the beginning, felt like it's a little bit sensitive. It does come out that she indeed got pew-pewed. It's not something that we can be insensitive about when we cover it. So, in as much as I've always had that stance, I am not going to dismiss the questions that the people have, because to be honest, sympathy has been one of her brands. Even when she lies, people cover up for her. Even when she's dishonest, people always, find a way to turn it around and, make it seem like she's a victim. And on the other hand, she's a villain. So would it be far-fetched for the people to feel like, well, because Tory Lanez album is coming and they do not know exactly what that man is going to be saying, number one. Number two, each time Tory Lanez drops music, it's like a reminder to the people of what happened to him and her. And people have a lot of questions when it comes to that situation. We all know that. So if indeed it's not true, that she got pew-pewed by this man, then that's unfair what happened to the man, okay? So she knows that questions are going to start again circulating about that case and stuff like that. So I do understand the people questioning what are the odds that she would be fainting on Broadway, and it's the week that Tory Lanez is supposed to drop his album. Because each time Tory Lanez drops something, his fans, they don't play. They will bring back that case again. And remember, this is the first album, I believe, that is going to be dropping after that attempt at, snatching his life that happened. You get it? No one also deserves that, regardless of whether he pew-pewed or did not pew-pew. He didn't deserve what happened to him. And there have always also been questions on who could have sent people to do him like that. So obviously, it's inevitable that this week, whatever transpired between the two of them is going to be back in the discussion grounds again. And we all know she cannot handle any form of criticism. And so, if that's the strategy, I can predict how everything will be turning around and being circulated and being turned around. If Tori does so much as to drop a jab towards her, the headlines are going to be, whilst she is in the hospital battling for her life, Tory Lanez is taking a dig at her. Whilst she fell on Broadway, Tory Lanez is out there poking her. So Tori becomes the victim once again. I kind of see where the people are coming from. But then again, we don't know how far true that is. If indeed she's battling something, really, my prayers go out to her. But if she's not battling something, and if this is some PR, some form of PR thing, that would be sad, okay? Because being hospitalized is not something that anyone can just joke about, okay? And for some of you that are out there playing around saying that, oh my God, she's getting this because of the you guys are so mean. Like, who raised you? Anyway, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Let us talk about Brandy and, of course, the book, the Hall of Fame, everything. So she has finally dropped her memoir, and it's causing quite the conversation because she is finally addressing a lot of things that were put on her name, some of which she never got to address, throughout the years. The first one being the fact that she is a quote-unquote fast girl, and that's an issue that I feel like is very sensitive because she's now speaking that when she was dating that Boys to Men boy, he was older than her. He was in his 20s and she was 16, 17. And, whatever transpired between the two of them. And, she was having a reaction to getting cheated on. And people started saying that, oh, she just had a crush on this boy, blah, 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 blah. And she was just a fast girl. The more I look at the stories that happened back in the day, the more I'm just like, damn. Predators were just getting away with any and everything. Like, the more I see what was going on back in the day and how people were labeling underage girls fast, it just disgusts me. It's so disgusting because what do you mean a 20 something year old had an affair? I don't even want to call it an affair, groomed. Okay? A 16-year-old, but somehow people turn around and laugh at the 16-year-old and say that she's just so fast. I'm very disgusted, okay? And then I also just went down the rabbit hole of seeing what that man had to say, and he doesn't even seem apologetic of the fact. I just, I couldn't dwell in there like on that for long because I was just so disgusted. I just couldn't understand why people were like that. Anyway, let's. Oh, by the way, she also got inducted into the Hollywood Hall of Fame, and that happening at the same time, I feel like it's very good for the rollout of the memoir, and it's good that she's now owning her truth and speaking up, and clarifying things and stuff like that. But anyway, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about John Legend. I wanted to talk about it yesterday, but again, I don't know what happened. So, John Legend allegedly has decided, to join Fraudulent Nation for management. Now, am I shocked? No. Because what do they say about birds that have the same feathers? Because wasn't Chrissy mentioned in the files, or John himself, was he not mentioned in the files? So it would make sense that they would form a sort of alliance with someone who was also mentioned in the files allegedly. Okay, I don't say anyone was guilty. I'm just saying they were mentioned in the files, and so it would make sense. Okay, and I do feel like this is something that Chrissy probably put him up to. It is a scheme set up by Chrissy. But anyway, good luck, with that. We all know how it ends up with Fraudulent Nation because one thing about them, they will not do things that just benefits the artist. They do something for their own sake, okay? Anyway, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to talk about. Punch. Punch is going to be the downfall of Kendrick, okay? Like, I feel like he wishes he was Kendrick to a certain extent. He wishes he was Caesar to a certain extent. He's not content being behind the scenes. He wants the attention. That's what I get from him, like when I watch his Twitter and stuff like that. I'm just like, sir, you're going to be the downfall of your artists. Really, truly. Because after the J. Cole interviews were circulating, this man decided to hop on Twitter and, started to just throw shade on J. Cole. And then on the other hand, you guys are like, we don't like stans. We don't like stan culture. And by the way, all this sudden hate for stans and fans is now coming because they have realized that people are no longer, easy to manipulate. People will spend their money where they want. And they don't like that. Imagine hating actual people liking artists just so the boss can take over. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, imagine being so hateful because you guys were not able to end Drake the way you wanted because he has actual fans, and now you're making it seem like it's not important to have stands or fans. It's very much important. That's the thing. That's the reason why people become artists, to make music for their fans. So this entire system of trying to make it seem like, oh, fans are crazy for liking and supporting and defending someone they like is absurd to me. And it's very funny to me because you will catch Kendrick fans saying, oh, this is all stan culture, but you're also a fan. So what are you even saying? If you're a human being and you're supporting Kendrick, it means you're a fan. So is someone who's defending Drake. So is someone who's defending Nicki Minaj. I've never seen any other genre that demonizes having fans. I've never seen any other genre demonizing Taylor Swift having her Swifties. I've never. But in hip hop, it's a bad thing because according to them, only people with platforms are allowed to give opinions on music. Only the gatekeepers are allowed to force someone down your throats to say, you're supposed to support this person. And they cannot seem to fathom the idea that it's over. It's not happening. Let me stop ranting. I think I need to create a separate, a separate video talking about this because it's absurd what I'm seeing on the internet. But anyway, this is what Punch had to say. And I'm just like, where is this animosity coming from? Yeah, I found it. So, Punch said, LOL, what's the deal? What is everyone upset about today? And this is what it does when he wants to, throw some shade, and it's just weird to me, okay? Somebody responded and said, Ninja is still mad, Dot decided not to pretend, LOL. Now fans are getting called bots and algorithms and told our culture is a buzzword now. Laugh my behind off. And then he responded to that and said, the culture isn't for everybody. He also went further. There's another tweet that he also put out there. And so he went further and said, LOL, so saying the culture is triggering. And this entire act of acting daft, acting like he doesn't get what J. Cole was saying when he was talking about the culture, the bots, and the algorithm is wild to me. They know exactly what J. Cole was trying to say, but of course they're going to turn it around and try to say that, oh, he's saying that the culture doesn't exist. No, he's saying you guys A-worded the word. You abused the word to the point where it now sounds like just a buzzword. You justified industry politics by using the word culture. You took something that meant something to other people and you decided to apply it to something That's not that. And because of that, that word has lost its respect. So I don't get it. They know exactly what they were doing, and people are not having it. They're calling him out, saying that, listen, after how respectful J. Cole has been, you're now subliminally shading him, even after he said that after everything that happened with Kendrick and Drake, he still reached out and tried to talk to both of them. Like, what are you trying to do? I feel like for him, his glory or the much attention that has gotten to him or anyone in his vicinity has been through this beef. And for that reason, he's not able to let it go. And he's seemingly failing to understand that that era is over. And even his bosses, the executives, I'm talking about the title swindler, is even trying to distance himself from the beef because he has realized the damage that it has done, not only to the genre, but to his relevance as a gatekeeper. I think I need to do a separate video on that. But anyway, that's what Punch had to say. Another person who's out there crying is Ibro. And I'm just like, with Ibro, I don't know. Like, what do you expect from us? Do you expect sympathy? Because you're the same guy who was sitting on that little radio station of yours and saying, oh my God, YouTubers this, oh my God, we don't care. I care only for the artists, oh, the fans this. And now you're actually telling us that even the artists that you claim pay your bills don't even want to sit down and have a conversation with you. Why are you telling us this? Because we genuinely do not care. Go and get an interview with Jay-Z or Kendrick. Those are the people that matter to you anyway. So what other artists do you want to sit down with you? What? Who? And after you continue crashing out and discrediting fans and stuff like that, everyone feels disrespected. Any artist with any fan base wouldn't want someone who's undermining fans to be interviewing them. They wouldn't want to be associated with you. Because after all has been said and done, you're going to sit there and have an interview with that artist. But who's going to be buying music? It's the fans. The fans that you sit on your platform and discredit. I don't know if this is just him being obtuse. Has he always been this daft, you guys? Like, I truly need to understand at this point in time because I don't know what he intends to get from telling us this information. Even if it's happening to you, why are you telling us? Why? Because no one is going to sympathize with you. If anything, academics is going to be laughing at you. Where is Ak when we need him? Where is he? Where is he? This is the part where we need academics. Somebody look for academics. Oh, I know. They say it is trapped in the face of Trim. He's out there swapping faces with a Nicki Minaj wannabe replica. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm not that mean. She's a pretty girl. Anyway, that being said, I will insert what Ibro had to say. But I'm not going to be coming back after that. So thank you very much, you guys, for watching. And thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time that I post. And until my next one, see you.
Now things are tougher. You know what I'm saying? We're just ELR. We don't even have the cosign of the heritage logo. You know what I'm saying? We're not traditional media anymore. We're just some people on YouTube, so it's a lot different.
Hey, don't
That
say
is
like
true.
that.
They may act different out here.
No, Laura, I'm telling you,
I
people are
know.
acting different.
I know.
You haven't experienced people acting different?
Yes, yes,
Somebody I've known for 30 years the other day, I was talking to them about some artists they work with and me wanting them on this show.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, yeah, send me some details about the show.
Nah.
Now we gotta send out a press kit.
Nah, bro.
That's
Yo,
where we're at now.
It's underrated. People get weird, man. And Ebro made a great point yesterday. I hit you guys up to be like, yo, how cool is Rhea? She immediately hits the collab. She got 7 million followers. All good. I got you. These artists that we've known for years, you try to collab them on something. They act like their Instagram's so damn precious. They can't accept the collab to promote. That's what the trade-off is here. And Ebro, you made the point. Yo, rappers may be among the weirdest of people.
How
I don't know